Hello, and thank you for requesting the 6 fatal flaws in mortgage marketing and how to avoid them, proudly presented by Mortgage Advantage. I'm Connie Cooper, and I've been studying marketing as it pertains specifically to the mortgage industry for more than 10 years now, and teaching mortgage agents about marketing for well over 6. If I had $1 for every time I heard a mortgage agent say, that doesn't work for me, or that won't work in my area, or I'm just not lucky enough to be successful, I'd be retired and living on some warm, cozy beachfront property by now. The goal of this training is twofold. First, to help you understand that marketing is not personal. It has nothing to do with the person running the marketing and everything to do with the method. And second, to help you understand and avoid the 6 fatal flaws of marketing your mortgage business. More often than not, when I look at the marketing of those who don't feel that marketing works for them, I find one or more of these fatal flaws exist. Let me explain it to you this way. Marketing is a lot like cooking. If you were to go to the store and buy a mango, a jar of olives, some breadcrumbs, a pound of butter, some carrots, and a pound of hamburger, what would you be cooking for dinner? Yeah, nothing good. Although mangoes, olives, breadcrumbs, butter, carrots, and hamburger are all very common things, those particular things, that particular group of ingredients, don't go well together to create any sort of culinary masterpiece. The same is true for marketing. Time and time again, I see agents who run an ad here, maybe in the local newspaper, and one out at the golf course, and they're doing some posting on Facebook, they're posting all kinds of articles on mortgages, and the only result they get is that their friends block them from Facebook. And okay, I get it when your friends start blocking you from Facebook, why that might seem kind of personal, but it's not you. It's your marketing. Marketing is simply basic fundamentals. Yes, it can get complex, so can cooking, but that doesn't mean that we don't all crave just some basic comfort food every once in a while. We can be very successful practicing marketing basics. If you're not having success, you are not practicing or implementing the marketing fundamentals. Plain as simple as that, which means you have a flaw or you might have more than one. Marketing, like cooking, takes thought, a recipe that appeals to the consumer, planning and implementation, as well as the right tools to do the job. So let's get started. The first fatal flaw is that not understanding the difference between marketing and advertising. The very first thing you need to be crystal clear about is the fact that marketing and advertising are not the same thing. Advertising is where we spend money to create leads. Let me say that again. Advertising is where we spend money to create leads. This would include things like maybe advertising on a bus bench sign, or running an ad in the paper or a real estate magazine, doing Facebook ads, or any kind of mail out, postcards, flyers, all those kinds of things. That's advertising. Marketing, on the other hand, is all the activities that guide the lead or prospect into becoming a satisfied client, or in our case, because we're in the mortgage industry, into becoming a satisfied homeowner. Marketing activities could be something like your website, which offers a free report, or a follow-up phone call, or a lead magnet and nurture program, or tools and systems that educate your client about the buying process. All of those kinds of things are marketing activities. Way too often, mortgage agents are willing to spend thousands of dollars on print or radio ads with no marketing to follow up afterwards. And at the opposite end of the spectrum are the agents who spend thousands of dollars on wonderful websites or blogs with amazing and informative articles, and then they don't get any hits on it. So how do we avoid this flaw? We have to ensure that marketing and advertising are never standalone activities. I hate to be cliche, but I'm going to say it. Marketing and advertising go hand in hand like love and marriage. You can't have one without the other if you want to be successful. Let me give you a few examples. Let's say I run an ad at the movie theater, the previews before the movie starts. So I run that ad, which is advertising, that directs viewers to text in a code to receive a free report or service. That would be marketing. I buy signage directing people to the open house that I'm doing with my realtor partner, advertising. And I offer a free pre-qualification session or a credit analysis. That would be marketing. I do a flyer drop in an apartment building, advertising. Giving my website address and telling them how to sign up for my free How to Prepare to Buy Your Own Home e-course, marketing. I run ads in the local paper and on the radio, Advertising, letting people know about my upcoming seminar. Marketing. Get the picture? There are times when we wouldn't dream of doing marketing without advertising, such as in the case of putting on a seminar. But far too often, we do advertising without marketing when we run when we run ads or do a flyer drop or a postcard with no way to capture leads and follow up with them afterwards. Or on the other end, when we build a website with no compelling reason for people to visit it and no advertising to let people know it exists. Marketing and advertising should never be standalone activities. Flaw number 2, not understanding the customer life cycle and the marketing activities required in each phase. Customer life cycle and the marketing activities are a whole nother training unit. Those of you who've been in the industry for a while will understand the customer life cycle and the activities involved. Those of you who are new may need to look a little further into this than we have time to go through today. But basically, in a nutshell, life cycle marketing is just a simple framework that mortgage agents can use to attract customers, close deals, and deliver an experience that wows their clients so significantly that those clients actually start to advertise for them through media and word of mouth. Not surprisingly, the 3 phases are called the attract phase, the sell phase, and the wow phase. A lack of understanding of the stages and the marketing activities required in each of these phases is one of the fatal flaws. So how do we avoid this flaw? We have to understand the customer life cycle and implement well thought out marketing in each phase. I say this because inexperienced mortgage agents only advertise to market to clients in the attract phase. That's to say that they only market and advertise to attract potential clients to contact them. That would be the culinary equivalent of turning on the oven but never actually putting the roast in it. Remember the definition of marketing? Marketing is all the activities that guide the lead into becoming a homeowner. They're not a homeowner just because they called you. They're not a homeowner just because you filled out an application or sent it to the lender. They're not a homeowner just because they brought in the required paperwork. They're not a homeowner until they've moved into the home that you helped arrange financing for. Now, that's the sell phase, and you could stop there. However, savvy mortgage marketers understand that marketing to clients in the wow phase, which is once they've got their keys and after they've moved in, is what creates clients that actually start to do advertising on their behalf by the way they talk about them and the number of people they talk about them with. This is a customer life cycle, and you must market to each phase of the life cycle to avoid flaw number 2. Flaw number 3, no vision or at least visual impairment. The first step to having clear vision is to start by dreaming. You want to be a successful mortgage agent, right? So think for a few minutes about what that means for you. How will you know when you've arrived at successful? I've known agents who run their mortgage business in the winter months from another country, a much warmer country. Other agents love to be number 1, the thrill of the competition, while others want to earn enough money to keep their children in private schools or competitive sports programs. It's important to develop a vision of success for you. Start by thinking about, then writing down your definition of success. I will be successful when fill in the blank. Writing down the point at which you feel you will be successful accomplishes a few things. First, it puts a tangible mental image in your mind, something that you can work toward. No matter where your definition of success takes you, it must motivate and inspire you. I know many a marketer who have had great success with creating a vision board around that dream and then putting it someplace where they can see it regularly. This will help, especially on tough days. Second, it enables you to build a business model that would support your dream. For example, if I wanted to be able to run my mortgage business from Belize for 6 months of the year in the winter, it does not do me any good to have a business model that involves several realtor partners and a service agreement that says I'll call them back within a half of an hour and I will come to all their open houses and do pre-quals for people that come through, and I'll do seminars with them and customer appreciation events, because you're not going to be here for 6 months of the year. So take some time to think about what motivates you and what your vision is for your mortgage career. But wait, there's more. Most agents at least dream of what success looks like for them, even if they don't write it down. The problem is they stop there at the word them. The most fatal flaw of no vision is not stopping to think about what success will look like for your clients as well as for yourself. And I'm not talking about just at the end where they get to move into their new house or have reduced debt payments because you consolidated all of their problems. That's only one step in the process. The problem is you'll never get to that step in the process if you don't understand that the key to your success is helping your clients achieve their goals in every phase of the customer life cycle. Successful mortgage agents produce marketing materials that are about the client, not about themselves. Successful mortgage agents figure out what the client needs before the client comes in. They understand the common questions and problems that they have, and they develop plans that contain systems and tools to meet those needs in every phase of the customer life cycle. A clear vision is the foundation for developing a good plan. And how do we avoid flaw number 3? We write out your vision of what successful will look like for you once you've arrived, and then you think a little bit about what success will look like for your clients in each phase of the customer life cycle. Flaw number 4, no planning. Ugh, it seems so simple, but I see it over and over again in the marketing campaigns of mortgage agents. They have the jar of olives, the mango, the hamburger, the carrots, the butter, the breadcrumbs, all tossed together in the pot, and they can't figure out why it's not appetizing enough for anyone to want to buy. I could launch into no less than probably 50 motivational cliches about the importance of planning here, but let me limit myself to my favorite one. Failing to plan is planning to fail. It doesn't get any simpler than that. You cannot run haphazard marketing and attain success. Careful, well thought out planning based on your vision will enable you to create the systems you need to run a successful business. Think of a cookbook. A plan is the same as a recipe. First, you look at it and decide whether or not that recipe appeals to you. Next, the recipe will give you a list of ingredients that you need and the measurements or amounts of each ingredient. And last but not least, there's a step-by-step list of action items or instructions, and finally the yield, or in other words, how many servings the recipe will make. It concerns me deeply that we will follow a recipe to the letter to make Rice Krispie squares, but we will launch a business and invest thousands of dollars and hours into it without any sort of a plan. That has got to change. A marketing plan, first of all, needs to be appealing to you. Marketing has to be authentic. Therefore, your marketing must reflect your personality. The tone and voice used in your marketing will attract like-minded people, and like-minded people will be easier to understand and relate to. This will be a benefit to you in all aspects of creating and implementing your marketing plan. Your plan also has to have a list of ingredients and action items or activities that will bring it all together. The first stage in the attract phase is target. That means you'll create a plan to target the same group or demographic repeatedly rather than the general population or portions of the population sporadically. Recipes also include measurements and what the recipe will yield. Measurements, also known as metrics in business, are vital because we can't measure what we can't measure, we can't improve. If we can't improve on something, how can we ever increase our yield? Sometimes the monitoring of our metrics is so poor that we don't have any idea what are the activities that are bringing people through the door and what are the activities that are just wasting our money. How will you ever know if the investment you make in the time, money, effort, or stress is worth the return? There are a number of things that must be measured in your marketing and in your business, and so your business plan will help you develop systems to make monitoring these metrics easy and understandable. Remember, a well thought out plan sheds light on the systems required to pull it all together. So how do we avoid this flaw? Well, we work systematically through the customer life cycle and plan how we will implement appropriate and coordinated activities, and I mean marketing activities, in each phase. Flaw number 5, no systems. I once heard a marketer call the word system an acronym for the following: saves you stress, time, energy, and money. SYSTEM, saves you stress, time, energy, and money. And while this is true, I find this definition to be a little bit too cutesy to accurately convey the importance of having systems in your business. The two most compelling reasons I know for creating systems in your business has to do with the customer experience. Whether you understand it or not, each time you interact with a potential customer, a past customer or a current client, you are creating an experience. What you want, however, is to create a controlled experience. And by controlled, I mean phenomenal experience. So why do you want to create a phenomenal experience? Because a phenomenal experience supersedes price, or in our industry, rate. And a repeatable phenomenal experience creates a level of trust that allows people to refer others to you, safe in the knowledge that their friends will have the same great experience that they did. This is the birthplace of your personal brand. The old saying that people won't care how much you know until they know how much you care applies very aptly in any service industry, and the mortgage industry is definitely a service industry. Creating good systems will involve investing time and money in tools that allow you to systemize your processes. This will include such things as automate manual tasks, review your metrics, track your goal process, monitor client progress, etc. A tool that can handle all of your needs under one roof and is specific to the mortgage industry would be the best investment you could make. There are a number of systems out there, but personally I prefer Mortgage Advantage, and as you well have probably figured out by now, I designed Mortgage Advantage. And I prefer it because it's specifically designed for the mortgage industry, and it's turnkey in that it comes set up and ready to go, reducing the downtime you would spend on setting up other systems. Mortgage Advantage can be purchased as a complete package, or agents can start with the very most basic services and add more features and functions as their mortgage business grows. And last but not least, it will systemize all of your processes from the attract phase right through the sell phase and to the end of the wow phase. More information on Mortgage Advantage is available on my website at www.keymarketing.ca. Systems enable you to create controlled and repeatable experiences for your client. If you want to dominate, you have to automate. That's all there is to it. So how do we avoid flaw number 5? We invest in the best sales and marketing automation system you can afford right now. Flaw number 6, you. I know, you're thinking, hey, wait a minute, didn't you start this by saying marketing has nothing to do with the person and everything to do with the system? Yes, I did, so let me explain. Whether you're ready at this point to eliminate your marketing flaws on your own, or you feel you want to progress on to the mortgage marketing training course, where we're going to teach you how to apply the fundamentals to each phase of the customer life cycle, what you're going to discover is there's lots of work to do to be a successful marketer. The final fatal flaw I want to reveal to you is the flaw of you trying to do it all. There are a number of resources available where you can find reasonably priced help to do things such as copywriting, web design, lead page design, social media account management, or even accounting, just about anything that needs to be done in your business. If you're new to the mortgage industry, you probably really don't have a lot of money and you need to get started fast. If you're a seasoned mortgage agent looking to grow your business to the next level, time may well be your most precious commodity. Both of these situations are good reasons to consider hiring out the parts of your marketing plan that are best left to the experts, rather than trying to divide your time between the things you can do, the things you need to learn, and the clients you need to pay attention to. As a home cook, there's a reason why every once in a while we go out for a gourmet meal cooked by a trained chef. Some of you may need to develop things like social media accounts, websites, blogs, print ads, brochures, marketing materials, lead magnets, and others may just possibly need to tweak what they already have. Either way, at some point in your career, there will be more things to accomplish than you have the time or skill set to do. The cash investment may well be worth the return of time saved, stress saved, and peace of mind, and most of all, just getting something launched. Once you have your vision, plans, and identified the systems that you're going to need, you'll want to move heaven and earth, and sometimes cash, to just get her done. How do we avoid this flaw? We have to actually sit down and recognize our weaknesses and our time constraints and hire out anything that we're not good at, don't like, or don't have time to do. That's all I have for today. I want to thank you for joining me. And again, if you'd like more information on the customer life cycle, or how to plan and implement marketing that works, or information on Mortgage Advantage system, please visit www.keymarketing.ca, or you can give us a shout out by email at keymarketing@shaw.ca. Thanks for tuning in.